Today's topic is converting the Bachmann 60-foot passenger cars into interurbans. So, this is there we go. This is the Bachmann 60-foot railroad roof-styled passenger car. Four-wheel trucks. Very, very simple to take apart. You just wind up loosening off the roof. Let me trade this out and go to another one. This is minus the trucks. Roof comes off. This is a combine. So this is a series of doors. Doors come off. The weight pops. This set of wires are in here to they're in here to provide the screws. It also lights the center of the car. And then this piece comes off. So, what we can do with these cars is to go through and now convert them into being an interurban. Now, this car is powered by a Kato unit, which is right here. As you can see, we've got to mill down the top of the Kato unit so that we can get it to fit in nicely. Take off all the dynamic brake cylinders off the trucks, trying to make it look a little more non-interurban like. Again, just like the other chassis, two screws on each side and it opens up. The neat thing is this motor is completely self-contained. As you can see, there is a tab down in there for one side of the motor, and then there's the one over here for the other side, which sits right in there. Both easily soldered too. Dual flywheels. It's a nice Kato mechanism. And again, grounding both halves together to one pole of the motor, and this side becomes the side that goes up to the pole. So now that we have this part fitting, we can look at the shell a little more. So there's the motor lead. So when we originally did this, I wound up cutting the floor out. Now we can look at this one for a little bit of perspective here. So what happened was, as we go through and we cut the floor out, pulling all of this detail and pieces out. After we've done that, take the roof piece, and that becomes glued on. So now this piece goes together like this, with no lower frame. That becomes where the Kato unit goes in. So what we've done here is we've gone through and cut down the edges of the window pieces. We've added 2 layers of I think that's 04 styrene, and then built up both ends. And this allows the chassis to go in, and these flanges now become what the chassis of the Kato unit ride in. At each end, I've gone through and cut the doors down. So this is now going to turn into another set of doors. This isn't complete. On this end, I wound up getting a mini trains pilot with again, we blanked off the door. This gives us that nice interurban pilot look. I also have a series of footholds. Footholds are going to go on both sides, and a series of grab irons are going to go up the side. Those aren't finished yet. The doors wind up getting cut down. You can actually see the weight of the styrene on the side of this one. And And as we flip it over, this place was hollowed down and drilled out to accept a pantograph. This is an N-scale pantograph, fully operational, and that, when it is finished, will be sitting in this position on the car, preferably straightened out. And then we wind up going back further, and we wind up throwing in the roof rails, the roof mat, and then a solid base for the trolley pole to go into. This will be wired so I can run off of the trolley pole or off of the pantograph. Both of them will be energized. On my layout, because I'm not running with pantographs, this will be just down. It'll work on anyone else's layout. It's kind of nice to just be able to have the option. And then the trolley pole back here will work. One of the things that I have found out is that the trolley pole base, when I originally put this in, I had it in an advanced position, and it actually was up here. It actually became a real problem because with having the pole in this general vicinity, it wasn't tracking properly. So what we did is we retarded the pole back to here, which puts it approximately directly over the rear truck of the power unit. So when this part all goes together, it's just a little bit in front, but it's not as towards the midpoint as the other one is. And that gives us this pieces of this. Now, so one of the other things we can do is convert 80-foot cars to 60-foot cars. Right here, this originally started off as a standard length Lima observation car. Not unlike this one. What we've done is we've cut it down and pulled out the good sized section of it and retrucked it. Instead of using the 6-wheel trucks, we've cut it down so it's only using Bachmann trucks. So that pretty much gives us a wide variety of the cars, and they wind up all sitting at the same height. So when you're all done, cars match up, and you can turn around and create as long as an urban terrain as you want to. One of the things that I'm planning on doing is looking to get a set of overland cars, not the Overton cars, but the overland cars from Roundhouse Athern, and those cars will be even smaller than this to be able to provide a smaller set of interurban cars and use those. They have different window patterns. They've got a sleeper window pattern, they have a parlor car window pattern, so that they have smaller windows, larger windows, etc., to be able to build out an executive car more along the lines of a true trolley car like that, instead of what this would pretty much be a parlor. This would be a parlor observation car, and that's about it on the Bachmann cars. One other thing, in the last one that we did when we were taking apart the Bachmann cars, we were talking about the older style gear housings. And if I can get this to stay in focus, there we go. The inside gear in this is the piece that we're talking about. Right there. It's this gear. So the older Bachmann cars, this gear in here was white, and this was the gear that would crack, not the white gears that came off of the motor, the worm gears, but these are actually just the toothed gears. And that was pointed out by someone in the last one in the comments. So that's about it. The next time we look at this, we're going to do some work on the old Model Power trolley sets. The pair of single truck cars, and we're going to see how to do some conversions on those. Give you a little taste of what those kind of go by. We're looking at the little single truckers, and you wind up making different conversions on those. So that's Ted Roy, end of episode 3. Have a good afternoon.